I am here with the new things that I'm going to help and going to explore in flows along with you. So yeah, without any delay, let me start the things that I want to talk about. I'm a Forex Salesforce certified ranger, founder, speaker. I would say I'm a hustler in Salesforce ecosystem because that's the only thing that I know very well. And as a full time, I'm a Salesforce developer at Twilio. These are some of my social handles. Mostly I'm active on LinkedIn and Twitter. So you can follow me on LinkedIn if you have anything related to Salesforce, like career guidance, mentor connect, anything like be it be technical, be it be making career choice or anything related to Salesforce, I would be more than happy to answer it. Start. So we'll before I talk about what I'm going to talk about in the session, basically which is going to revolve around the flows. I will talk about something about saasguru. Then we will see what are the things that are there in flows for Winter 24. After that, we'll have Q&A. Obviously, you won't go empty-handed. You should get all your doubts clear. And that will be the wrap of the session. So people, I am very much sure people who are there in the session knows very well about saasguru. If not, don't worry. I would just give you an overview of what saasguru is. saasguru is a learning platform, but no more it's a learning platform. It's more than that because they have designed their learning platform in such a way that you will enjoy each and every step when you learn. So let's suppose if you take up a certification cert prep challenge, which is free till October. So again, you have a good opportunity to grab that offer and start preparing for the certification if you are planning to do any certification. You don't need to do anything. You just need to go to their website and enroll with your Gmail and just select the certification that you want to prepare for and you can start learning. It has a good dashboard where they will show you the progress. You can set the goal, like when you want to complete this and how much is your progress based on the goal that you have set. Apart from that, they have world-class mentors, including me. Yeah, you have heard it right. You have a world-class mentor, including me. So if you have any doubts related to Salesforce, like if you're preparing for any certification or any challenges that you're facing and you want to connect with any mentor, you are free to do that. Again, that is not a free, it's a chargeable, but yes, even a single penny that you spent on that will be worth. So all you need to go to Mentor Connect section and you need to select your mentor. You can select me if you want, and then you can just get your doubts cleared. Apart from that, they have Slack community where I believe there are more than 20,000 plus people on that community, which is again evolving day in and day out. Even I'm there active, I'm active on the Slack community. If you have any doubts and if you find that your mentor is not able to answer it, there are people who will be able to answer it. There are a lot of gurus who are going to help you out. So yes, this platform is really good and you can just go and explore it. With that said, sometimes, I mean, every time saasguru does comes up with many of the initiative of giving back. Like 4 months back, they were offering free certification vouchers to people who were learning and wanted to excel. Now also as a part of Dreamforce, they are giving free courses till October, cert preparation courses. And apart from that, if you are doing that cert preparation courses and completing it, you stand a chance to win a certification voucher, which is again a great initiative. So the first feature is auto layout user interface changes. Now, this feature is very simple one, but again, this is a very good feature that they have bought it. Now, what this feature is all about? So here are two different org. Okay, when you see the Satyam Foundation, this is the org before Winter 24 release. Okay, and this is the org which is Winter 24 release org. Now, again, Winter 24 release or any release which is going, if you want to have access to any pre-release org, okay, what you can do is you can just go to Google and just type pre-release org. I'll show you. Just type here pre-release org. Okay, and from here you get the pre-release org. So once you get the pre-release org, for every release you don't need to get another pre-release org. What you can do is in the same org, you just start working on the pre-release org which you have just bought it. Okay, so that org will automatically get upgraded as and when the new release comes up. Okay, and not to worry, by October 10th, that's the deadline they have given, it will be available in all the sandboxes which you have. So if you are working in any project by October 10th, maybe within 2-3 days, all the new features will be available in your sandboxes. Okay, so if you see this Winter 24, that means this is the pre-release org, where I will be showing all the features, and this is the before pre-release org where the new features are yet not been placed. Okay, so I'll just switch between the tabs. Don't get confused. Wherever you hear this URL or wherever you see this URL, Satyam Foundation, it means that's not a pre-release org. And wherever you see this Winter 24, that's a pre-release org. Okay. So basically the first feature that I told you, that auto layout user interface changes. Now, what is this? So I'll just go into my before Winter 24 release org, and I'll just open a flow. Now what happens is, whenever you go to a flow and let's suppose you click on this element. Now here, if you click on this element would come up as a pop-up, right? Like behind the scene, whatever all the elements are there was not visible, but they have enhanced it when it comes to Winter 24. So I've just created a flow with the name Winter 24 release. Okay. Now here, let's suppose I go ahead and I click on this element, create record element. Now, if you see this, the auto layout is in the auto layout. So we have two different forms. One is auto layout and free form, right? Two layout features we have. In the auto layout, here everything will be visible at the side of the screen, and you can see all the elements which are there, which is very systematically arranged, which was missing again before Winter 24. So before Winter 24, if you open any element, what happens is it would come as a model pop-up, and whatever there in the backend you will not be able to see. So they have basically enhanced the UI. Okay, so this is one of the enhancement that they have done. Display custom error message in record trigger flow whenever we create a validation rule. Okay, so what happens is we get a validation rule. Like if I go to, let's suppose I'll go to account, and I go to this object, and if I click on validation rules, okay, I don't have any validation rule, not an issue. So before if I go here in validation rule, now let's suppose I'm saying that I don't want the field, let's say annual revenue field, I don't want to be blank. So I'll just select is blank, and here in the insert field, I'll just select annual revenue and I'll insert it. Now we do all this. I have not made any changes here. And then here we select where you want to show the error. You want to show the error on top of the page or on the field. Now, what if I say the same thing they have bought in flows? That's a very good thing, right? If they bring it in flows. Yes, you heard it right. They have bought it in flows. Now, what was the need? Obviously, it was like there was no need to have it. Obviously, there is a need. I'll show you why they bought this. So I'll go and create one flow, and then I'll show you what was the need. Okay, so we'll just complete this. We don't want annual revenue to be blank. We'll just say annual revenue check. Okay, and I'll say that annual revenue cannot be blank. This won't work. I mean, this will work, but I'll tell you the scenario. I'll just go to the contact object, not for the account object, because I want that whenever an account gets created, a contact should get created.
Contact should get created.
Yeah. So this is a famous question we get, right, whenever we go for the interviews as a fresher. So I'll just say I've just changed the name. Okay, don't worry. I've just changed the name contact to customer, and here I'll just say and if let's say I want to check for birth date. Okay. So I'll just say the same one is blank and I will enter this birthday inside this and I'll say birthday. Just mention birthday and now blank. And I'll just say top of the page. I'm not selecting any field and I'm just saving it. Okay, and now I'll go to flow. I'll click on new flow. On before trigger, we can define custom validation. Yes. I'll come to your answer, Maheshwaran. So I'll just select record trigger flow. Now, many of you will say that, hey, Aman, we have something called fault message and all that. Yes, I do agree with that, but I'll tell you the reason why there was a need for custom validation. Sorry, custom error. So I'll just say here, select an object. I'll just select account and a record is created. Actions unrelated record. And now here, I'll just select create records. And I'll just say create. And here, I'll just select use separate resources and different values. And here I'll select contact customer. And name, I will give last name, which is again, when you create a contact, name is the mandatory field.
Mandatory.
Record, and from here, name. And then I would just say like email. And I'll just mention any email random value I'll give it because on account we don't have email field. And I'll just save it. This is done. Next step is to activate it. And so you should not be so much confident the way I am confident that I directly made the flow active. Never do that. First, please debug it. And now I'll go ahead and I'll click on new. So here I'll just give something called like this and I'll save it. Now this is the snag, like it's saying we hit a snag. And if you have this is saying that field custom validation exception, birth date cannot be blank. Now, if we are not our admin or like, let's suppose we have the end user. End user will never understand what kind of this problem is. Okay. So for that, what we can do is we can use something called as custom error. Now, how you will use it? So first you will have to select add fault path. Okay, because your user will never understand what is this saying all about. They understand what even in a single line, whatever we write or a test toast message if we show it, right? So I'll go here and I'll say add fault path. And in this fault path, I will add decision element. And I'll say mandatory field and VR check. VR means validation level. We'll just say check VR on contact. Now, where do anyone know where all our errors get caught in flows? Okay. So all your error will in flows will get caught. Okay, in a global variable called in the flow, we have something called as fault message. Okay, so here your all the errors get caught. Okay, now here I'll say if my fault message contains birth date cannot be blank. Okay, so if you see here,
why contents?
Because it has so much of messages, right? I'm just checking if it contains birth date cannot be blank. I mean, it can contain anything. Apart from this, if it is, I'm just checking this one. If I mention equals, then it will just search for this, not like it will ignore everything, right? Okay, I'll click on done. And here I will add custom error. See, this is the element which has been brought up. So custom error, and here you can mention your error. Okay, that birth date cannot be blank. And here I'll just say that same thing I'll mention here as well. Yeah. And here I will just click on save as and save. Now you should understand when that save as and save button comes up. Okay, my flow was active. That's why that save as button came up. Otherwise, save button comes. So I activated this. Now, is everything correct? Yes, no. Obviously, it's not correct. Though my flow will handle this, birth date cannot be blank. But to avoid that error, what I'm doing? I should do something, right? Like what I'm saying is, now if I go ahead and if I save this record, this is fine. Custom error message is fine. Okay. I mean, the thing that I wanted to show you using custom error message, that is working fine. But my flow is not able to handle the error. What am I missing? The thing I'm missing is my validation rule, right? What I mentioned in my validation rule, that birth date cannot be blank. So I need to take care of that. So I need to say that birth date and which holds the birth date. So here, any date field, if you want, you can mention it like static value, or you can go here in system and origin date time you can mention, or you can take anything like whatever you want. Okay, I'm just saying that saving this, and now I'm saving it. Again, I'll activate this. And now if I save it, so my account got created, and along with account, oops. Okay, contact didn't got created. What was the error? You need to check the flow and tell me. Or contact got created. I am pretty sure contact got created, but here it is showing 0. All the masters in the house. If you want to check, I'll show you.
ID is mandatory.
ID is not mandatory, but yes, you are close to the answer. How account gets see, the contact got created and account was also created. But when I go to account, I didn't saw that account contact inside this account. What is the thing that brings them together? How will you relate that you are a child of your father?
Account details.
Account details. That means you are missing the important field, that is account ID. Right?
I told account ID.
See, you said, okay, I might have not heard it. My bad, sorry. Okay, so now if I save it, let's get saved and activated. Now, if I go ahead and if I click on new account, save it. So account got created and customer means contact was created. Okay. So this is another feature which is called custom error message, which you can make use. The third one is filter flows in Flow Trigger Explorer. This is a very small feature they have got, but again, it's a very important one. So before Winter 24, if you go to Flow and if you go to Flow Trigger Explorer, in future Salesforce can replicate validation rule or not? Definitely it can replicate. I'll show you. Yes, that was a very good question. So I'll show you how and why it can replicate. So if you see this custom, okay, it's an asking the same option that you get on validation rule in a window on a record page and as an inline error on a field. If you select this, the same option which we used to get on the field, right? Like it will show you all the fields of that object, account object. So you get that option. This is totally a replica of your validation rule which is there. So not in future, it has already started. You can start using it as a validation rule itself. Okay, yeah. So I was here, and if you see here, like let's suppose I select object as account. I think I don't have an object as account. Let's suppose let's go to another object. Let's say contract request. Okay, if there are any flows, and I want to check, like now here I don't have any flow, like but in your actual project when you're working, there are multiple flows on a single object, fast field or actions and related record or sequence, right? So here there is no way to find out which one is active, which one is inactive, which one is the one which you created and the one which was already there. So some flows come as install packages, right? So managed package, we call it that. And the one which you create, they act as unmanaged one, right? So that you can't filter it out here in this before Winter 24. But now in Winter 24, if you go here, and if I go to Flow Trigger Explorer, again, this is Winter 24, okay? You see here. And here we get this option called filter. So from filter, you can check which one is active, which one is inactive, which one is managed one, and which one is a flow or which is orchestration. So this is again a new feature which we have bought it in Winter 24. Another important feature which they have bought is transform beta element. Now, I bet you will enjoy this feature, okay? Now, what is this transform beta element? So just now we created a flow, right? This one. Now, what we did, this was a little tedious task. You went ahead, you first selected you have to create one record. Then you went ahead and you selected like you want to use separate resources, literal value. Then you selected object, then fields, then mapping and all that. But what if I say with using one element, using some drag and drop, eliminate all this? Want to see? See, what you need to do is I'll just go here and I'll just say transform beta. Now, again, this is available for after save. That is fast, not for fast field update, is for actions and related records. Because obviously, when I'm saying that when account is getting created, a contact should get created, that I'm talking about related records. So this is for transforming your account to contact. Okay. So I'll just select transform, and this is in beta phase. I don't need to tell you what is beta phase. People who don't know what is beta phase, it's simple. That means it's still in testing phase. And if something goes wrong, Salesforce says that we are working on it. I'll just say transform account to contact. All you need to do is in the source data, just select resource as your record, that is account. Okay. And here it will show you all the fields of that object. See, all the fields. And in the target data, I want to convert account to contact. So I'll just say as data type as either record or apex define. What is apex define? Let's suppose you want to store all the records, transform all the records into the wrapper class. Then you will use this apex define. I hope you know what is wrapper class and all that, right? And I'm not going to cover that here. So I'll just select record, and here which option which you got here as well, right? Create one record or multiple record. Here also you get that option. I'll just say I'll just leave it as it is. I'm not going to select multiple values. And in the object, I'll say custom. That is nothing but contact. And as soon as I click on done, you can see all the fields of my contact. Now, first we will map the mandatory ones. So I'll just map, and how you'll map it? You'll just select field from your source object like this. here you need to click, okay, here, this dot radio kind of radio button, which is called socket. Select this, and all the fields which select this data type will become visible, like which will get highlighted. Okay, so I will just click on this socket. That's it, it got mapped. Okay, now I will just mention the next one, name. So I'll go down and I'll just select this one, name. Okay, and here, what is the mandatory field for contact? Last name, right? So I'll just select last name. And I'll just select annual revenue to description, just like this only. And one more thing which we made mandatory, what was that? Birth date, right? So birth date, we will just select as created date and we'll map it with our birth date. Now, let's suppose, you want to have some formula, like you just don't want to show the annual revenue directly as a description. You want to embed some formula or you want to embed some text, let's suppose. Okay. So what you can do is, let's suppose you want to embed a formula. So you have to click on this. Here you have to click, okay, not on the socket. You have to click on this like this. And here you get the option to add a formula or to delete this node. If you want to delete it, again, I'll show you again. Just click on this and delete it. You can either click here or you can click here. I'll just click like this and it get deleted. Again, one more time, description and join. Okay. Now again, if I click here, the formula comes up and this is the formula which is coming up. Now, if you see here, it's throwing an error. The formula expression is invalid. Obviously, description is a text field, and here the number is it's coming as a number. So we'll convert it to text. We'll just say text, and this is done. Okay, this is correct. Now I want to write something like I just want to write that annual revenue is, and then I want to store it. Okay. Now if I try to do like this, the annual revenue is, and if I click on check syntax, so it won't accept. Okay, it never accepts in this way. So what would be the workaround? Anyone? Even if it is wrong, it's fine. Okay, I'll just tell you. What you can do is, you can create a variable, simple, right? Click on new resource, create a variable, let's say where, and data type as text, okay, and just save it. And here I'll just add here and I'll just use assignment element, right? And I'll just say assign value to where. And here for my variable, I'll just assign that value. And I'll click on done. Now, if I go to my transform account again, and here in the formula, will I get that option to add it? What do you think? The assign value to a where resource cannot be assigned. So what can I do here? Why it is not taking it? It's not taking it. I want an answer from you, and then if you don't answer it, then I'll tell. I just assigned the where here. Okay. I can't add another element inside this element. Okay, simple. And I have just added the value which was assigned to variable here. So now it should show the output properly. And here in create records, instead of all this, I'll just say use all values from a record. And here I will just select transform account to contact. This particular element I will call inside this. Again, always remember each element itself act as a variable in flows. Okay. I'll click on save as, save, and I will activate it. I just activated this. I'll go back to my org and I'll click on new. I'll just say test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And created date will automatically be populated. Save. Okay. Again, I made the same mistake, I think. I made the mistake. Let me check. Account ID.
ID needs to pass, no?
I mapped it.
Okay.
Okay, I don't know what happened this time.
It is-
So in this case, I am just transforming account to case. Okay, I would just activate this, and here I'll go to account and I'll click once. I'll just say see. Oh, this worked. Thank God. So here, if you see, account got created and case also got created. And yes, I forgot to tell you that, yes, I have one description field and also the comment field here. Okay. And in this, what I'm doing is, where is my description? Comment. Yes, here is this formula. Okay. So I'm just saying I've done the same thing. Now here the value didn't populate it because I have not added any value to my annual revenue. Okay. Now if I go ahead and if I click on new, annual revenue. I hope you have this annual revenue. Now, if I go to this, oh, it didn't work. It was account number. My bad. I'm very sorry. So it's not annual revenue, it was account number. Yes, it's coming up. This case is having a huge amount, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 0, 9, and same for the description. I have not done it. I have not mapped for the description. I'll show you. On that one here. I have not mapped for the description. I've just mentioned for the description the formula. It is playing around with the things, that's it. Nothing. Yes, you can put in single quotes and you can try and let me know if that works. Yes, more components are reactive. Now, I hope you all know what is reactive components in flows. So if anyone doesn't know, I have already talked in my previous video, like before this release and summer 23 last release, there were reactive elements. So if you want to make use of reactive elements, what you can do is first, again, it's now you first need to go to process automation settings here. And here to search for, oh, sorry. Enable reactive components for specific flow versions. Earlier it was in beta phase, but now it's available. Okay. And then what we need to do is here, I have just created one. Reactive elements. So if I click on this here, based on your date of birth, basically it's working on year of birth as of now. Based on your year of birth, what it is going to do is it's going to calculate your age. And it will be reactive. I hope you might have explored this. So people who are working as a developer in LWC, we have reactive elements, right? So here, if I mention my date of birth, which is my to date of birth. Like let's suppose this is my date of birth, year of birth actually, 2nd August. So it is 1996 and I'm 27 years old. Now, if I go ahead and I change the year to 1994, 2nd August, it's 29. So this is doing randomly. Okay. So this is about your reactive screen. Next one is pause element. So I am yet to find a good use case for pause element. Pause element, one of the use cases I have not worked on this pause element as of now, but pause element normally we use like you're working, let's suppose you're working in a call center and you got a case through a phone call and suddenly the phone hangs up. So you have half details. So you can save it. But again, that's not the proper use case. I'm not able to find a proper use case for it. So pause element was earlier available. Now they have replaced it with something named as wait element. So basically pause element you can find in schedule trigger flow. Okay. Here you get this option. Let's suppose I'm setting it for today, 12 in the morning. And now if I go here, so here we get pause element, which is wait element, wait for conditions. And here you can select when you want to when you want to wait it, like specific time. Specific time means here you can mention month, a day, month, and minute, hours, and everything. And you can also mention on a specific date when you want, specific day, specific month of the day, you can mention and you can make it a pause or we can make it a wait. So again, I don't have much knowledge about this, but I have just read about this in the release notes. So these are three ones: wait for conditions, wait for amount of time. As I said, you can wait, make your flow to wait for the specific amount of time, and wait until date means the date that you mentioned, till that date will wait. Last but not least is HTTP callouts. So this is the best feature, and I think because of this, I've started loving flows a lot. So what is this feature is all about? Here, if you go to action elements and just click on create HTTP callout, so you can make any integration seamlessly through flows. Okay, I have some name credential again. Like 30 minutes or 20 minutes won't justify or won't do the you won't get the entire knowledge of what this HTTP callout is all about. I've already done some sessions on using get method and post method, because before this release there were only two methods available. Post was available and get was in beta phase. Get was available and post was in beta phase, but now all the methods are available, generally available. So in future, I'm going to create some videos on this particular methods, and then you can check out that. So with this, I would like to say this is the right time to start going with the flow and start learning the flows. So that's pretty much from my end. Thank you.